All right. So Jeffrey, man. So the first question I always want to ask is like, what was your situation before you joined, and what were you like hoping would change?
Yeah, I was divorced, fat, hopeless, and then everything or anything. So was kind of the situation before. I think it was just the recent announcement of the divorce, and then just kind of looking in the mirror and not being happy with myself, and in that regards.
Hmm, got it.
I could
And
elaborate more, but that's kind of the gist of it.
no, that's perfect, man. That's perfect. And what part of the program has been the most useful for you so far, and why?
You know what's funny is I think you're That's hilarious. Your your onboarding when you called me the first time was probably one of the biggest because you it was our one-on-one time, and then whether you meant to or not, you just spit out so much new knowledge and references and materials that I had never heard of, including your NLP discussion, the natural language processing or the neurolinguistic processing, your Toltec philosophies and wisdom, and then I think just your personality in general and your take on life. And then the program and the videos, I think, mimicked the energy that I felt from you on the first phone call, ironically. And so, it was a lot of self-work in that regards, a lot of high-paid self-work, but that's my whole life in general, so I didn't really mind that aspect of it.
No.
But I think it was the first call that set the tone, and then of course, the videos, and then some of the writings in that regards, and then the book references, which I've only been through two and 2.2 of them, but yeah.
Okay. Okay, got it. And and why? So for example, so these parts, why was that useful? For example, what was it that was like, okay, this was useful?
You mean you're the first on in the
Yeah. So
intake or the videos or
yeah, the
the
the parts
course
that
of the
you feel,
program or
if
all
there
of it?
was a specific way, like, okay, man, this was this.
Yeah, I can tell you. I'll just go through it all one by one. So the intake, I told you, just your energy and outlook on life and your positivity in general, and the message you were saying and kind of hitting on it. And I think it's a good start just because it gets people into the right framework and mindset, and that there is hope at the end of the tunnel, and you got somebody to walk you through. And that's the whole point of the coach, is that you don't feel like you're alone in that regards. I think there was one hard part I had just about the program is because you do have to do a lot of self-help kind of in that regard. So it felt like I just paid for a large course. Now I'll call myself out, and we can talk about that later about the weekly sessions in that regards. The This is things I had never, I was a psychology major, and I like to think I'm generally well read, but these are terms that I had never read about because I never per se had needed, or it didn't per se play a role into my life. I'm a critical care physician, just to remind you, out here in the US and in California, and
Yeah.
I do a lot of high intensity stuff. So, and I read all the time. Just I hadn't read per se on that aspects.
Mm.
So I think just having the knowledge and then flipping it inward was really helpful. And then the book recommendations to take that as well, like the Wes Watson and the Toltecs were the two that I had read first that had just been absolutely extremely helpful. And then taking all of your PDFs and your videos and doing the work in that regard. So journaling, writing the positive, the PMA or whatever it is, the positive morning attitude, and kind of looking at the mirror. And then I took your mantras and flipped it around in a little bit. So you're with me every morning in the mirror. As weird as that sounds, but I don't care. I'll make it as homophobic or homoerotic as it can be. But you're in the shower with me. So,
Oh yeah, baby.
just like, and it's like the cold plunges, which I don't really do in the cold showers. But ironically, I started growing a beard out because I was like, well, I ain't shaving in this damn cold water. So, but I couldn't even get the shower that cold, and I just started taking quick showers because it is true, especially in the beginning, more so than now, how your mind wanders back to your old self, and just as you would put it, just kill that little old bitch in that regards. And I think trying to just make sure you have positive attitude or positive just talks to yourself, but still allowing myself to have a little vulgarity of like that warrior mentality. I actually called my journey the Paladin Journey. So it was the monk journey when I went into kind of like this isolation types. This is how I talk to myself, me and ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So I went through the monk journey, which is where I was just kind of like the Batman cave or the isolation in that regards. and then turned into, I call it the Paladin Journey because I'm a physician. So the warrior healer kind of just stuck with me
Yeah.
in that regard. So trying to kill the old self and then have an image of the future self as to where I was going to go. And I think having your voice and your art work, it's kind of like having somebody hold your hand through it or say it's okay to be this way. And I think reaffirmations that the rest of the world is stupid, or just, as you said it, women are more masculine than men, the world is lost. And it's just so true. And the more I see stuff, it's quite impressive what is out there or not out there. So
Yeah. Makes
just
sense.
just kind of having somebody, who is on the other side of that screen that's succeeding in life and is giving you permission to be as successful as well, I think was helpful.
Wow. Thank you for
I don't know if
elaborating.
that helps, but that's what I got.
Oh, that was great, Jeffrey. That really that helped. Thanks, man. And if I could put it like, what did you not expect to get from this that you ended up getting? Was there anything there?
I guess when you go on this journey, and the thing I've analogies I've given for people is when you go, you don't know what you're about to embark in. When I announced I got divorced, everybody knows it's like a big deal, but it's like, what does that mean? Like, where are you going to be taking yourself through when you've been in a relationship for 10 to 12 years? And it's like I would get to a new mindset, which I'm happy to talk about, and a new layer. I called it these layers of fogs, or just a layer you're peeling back. And you have no idea how many layers there are. So you just keep rising, and then something comes up, and you got to go above that, and then something comes up, and you got to go above that, and then something comes up. But throughout the whole thing, you're taking your mindset. So I don't think I had like an expectation because I didn't know where I needed to go. I just knew I needed to go forward, if that makes sense. It's the easiest analogy I have.
Yeah.
And so I think that's kind of where it was helpful. So I guess I didn't even realize the journey I needed, or I didn't realize how much I needed this, if that makes sense. And
Makes
I'm
total
kind of
sense.
scared to think where I would have been if I wasn't on it. So.
Wow. You're great at explaining. I totally, that makes everything makes perfect sense. And what's been the biggest challenge inside the program for you? And what help was there anything that helped you push through that inside the program? Oh,
No, the program is fucking easy. And I don't mean that in like in a condescending way. But it's not like you use hard terms or anything that was there. What I actually liked about it, and they call it the stages of grief, and there's a book, Between Two Homes, and it talks about a divorce. And while we're not trying to make light of death, the spouse is dead when they go through the death grief, which means you only have to go through the stages once. But when you deal with divorce, you have to do it with the initial statement, with the follow up lawyer, with the follow up separation of the kids. And then you have to go through it with if they start the date. Now, the reason I'm referencing that is just me being me. I just wanted to get through the stages as fast as possible. I was like, all right, what do I need to learn? What do I need to take away? So I had to kind of look back and say, okay, well, where are the pitfalls where I knew I wasn't showing up as the man I wanted to be? Where did I lose myself? Where could I have been better? What truths in any previous statement that were ever mentioned could have been true? And then take all that and do the work that I needed to do on the stuff that I wanted to improve. And then other things like me being strong, independent, wanting to succeed, okay it. And so I went through your program in terms of the work, the videos, the articles as fast as I could. I did a trip to San Diego. I grabbed the books. I finished the Wes Watson like in a day or two, and I finished the Toltecs in the next day or two. And then I had to come back to reality with work. So I just tried to jam through it. So what I really liked about the program was I could just go as fast as I could, get the information, get the mindset right, and flip myself into this new persona and take that with me going forward. And then you go through the layers and you don't know what you're going to do, but it's a simple analogy of um, the bird's not afraid to leave the nest because they have wings. It's super silly, but like I didn't know what I was going to come across, but I had no worries that I wouldn't be able to handle it as I went forward. So
yeah.
that was what I had done with the program.
Are you doing any specific? Are you have any specific habits or actions that you're doing now that you were not doing before? Did something change?
I'm still working on my PMA statement that I need to be able to say to myself, and I have a mantra, and I have all my Obsidian quotes, and I have my Obsidian mantras, and I've applied them specifically to redating, to myself, to kind of moving forward, and to mindset shifts, and to get myself right. So that's definitely a newer thing, whether that's because of the program or everything happening at the same time. But I try to do a morning routine and a PM routine. And then part of the morning routine is the mantra and the NLP, the positive kind of Wes Watson, your stuff. Basically say nice shit to yourself, kind of going forward. So that's definitely a new implementation. And then just the reading of the books that I didn't know per se I would have. Um, if
Mm.
that kind of helps out.
Oh,
And then of course I work out every day now. So that was a big influence kind of as
how does
well.
that
And then
feel? How does that feel working out? Do you get
oh,
like,
it's incredible, man. I mean, I look not sexy as shit yet, but I look a lot better than I did kind of in the past, which is really nice, but I still have a ways to go. And it's amazing to see when I was in my 30s, I kept telling myself I can easily get back into it like I was in my 20s. And what is impressive is if you just stick with it daily and do the consistent routine, it really works. But it was so embarrassing, I'll tell you, is that I started off on the pull up when you and I first kind of got together. I needed a 70-pound assist
mm,
on the pull up. So, as you know, I had to put the weight on in order
yeah,
to lift my weight and offload. And then now I can do seven pull ups just by myself. And
yeah.
so that one was really nice. And then I think leg extensions, I was only able to do like 40 pounds with both legs. So embarrassing. And then now um, I'm able to do like double or triple that. And I can actually do the machine leg press at like over 200 pounds when I started at 60
Wow,
to
so
80. And
fast.
but it's like, it's just so more so. The point is like, I just couldn't believe like how out of shape I was. And me and ChatGPT were trying to create my marathon training plan for April. So definitely, and I used to play D1 water polo, and like I knew what to do. It's just making it a priority and making it a habit
Yeah.
in that regards. And I use that stuff for business analogy. And not that I've done anything with my business as I need to, but that's kind of the plan that I have.
Oh man,
So
this this goes again everywhere. That, like
yeah.
your body is a business, your mind is a business. Like it really
Well, I think
is.
for me, I realize it's a non-negotiable, and that's a boundary that I need to be able to draw with anybody and everybody, and especially with the divorce. And part of it was I don't know if I told you before, but I worked 12-hour shifts. I was commuting an hour each way, and then I would feel guilty I wasn't with the ex-wife and kids, and then she would kind of make me
Yeah.
feel guilty, whether purposely or not. And so, and then I'm not attractive, and I'm not all these other things. It was just a downward spiral, and now I don't know how to engage in a relationship or stuff going forward, but it's really not the forefront kind of it. So
No, I get it, man. All right, all right. Thank you for sharing. And what's the one thing you would improve or add to make the program even better?
one of the things that I had, I don't know if you know Dan Martell, he's got a big YouTube presence. He does some business coaching. The
Yeah.
guy's just a phenomenal speaker. I'm actually in his business coaching program, even though I have kind of disengaged for a little bit while I'm cleaning up some other stuff. But that's like 2 years on, even though I'm not doing the business stuff. But the guy is just a phenomenal speaker. And one of the things that he does is I think he comes into each session with a teaching topic. So he's got a teaching topic ready to go. He will start off the first 15 or so minutes just picking a topic within business and then teaching, and then going into everybody to talk about the specific questions that they have kind of into their life. So it's a little bit more structured,
Yeah.
even if it's stuff that could per se be there. So I just thought that would be helpful because I think while we know it's a solo driven program with you, and even if it's group sessions, I think you still have a lot to offer for us or others. And I think I would have gained, or us could have gained more experience from that. And when he answers people's questions, he answers it for the group, not just as for one person, if that makes sense. And he'll say that, like, I'm going to answer this for you, but I'm also going to answer it in a way that it's for everybody. Because, and if the questions are too low level, but his is a different program, it's business coaching.
No,
And
it's
so they're
totally
expected
relatable.
to
That's
be,
so
yeah.
good. That's
But
gold.
I really like the way that he does his stuff, and that regards. So
Well, Jeffrey, man, that's golden feedback. It's funny enough. So I used to have a business. I had 500 entrepreneurs from Denmark teaching them ego mastery in their business,
Yeah.
and that's what
Yeah.
I did. I don't know why the fuck I didn't do it here. So that's really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's you do your thing, but I'm not here to tell you to run a
Oh
business. I'm
man,
broke,
this
so
is
you're
golden
rich. But
feedback.
I just thought, again, I think having lessons outside, even if some of them are repeated, just having that and then having the ability for like the group to ask or something after that.
Yeah.
So that's all.
Okay. Well, Jeffrey, that was all the questions I had. And I really appreciate your honest feedback. That's very useful. I can use that to a lot. Hey, brother, thank you so much for your honesty. I'm so happy to see you in this shape. It's a different guy that I meet here and than the first time. Uh,
Yeah,
so I'm happy to see
just
that.
got to figure out my hair situation, but yeah,
Ah, man, you're good. You at least you got hair, bro. You got hair.
yeah. You had hair, you just shaved it, right? You growing it back out.
I needed to look rough. I couldn't look soft.
You didn't look soft. What are you talking about? You talking about the shaved head or the hair you got now?
I had this pop star hair, growing up,
Oh,
and
I
I had to
remember it. Yeah, I
hair
saw the
dry it.
videos and the pictures. Yeah, yeah, that did look a little not like you now.
Ah,
Yeah, you look like a badass now.
yeah, okay. Hey, Jeffrey, man, I wish you a Merry Christmas to you and your family, and God bless your family and you. And thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, you too. I appreciate it, man. Thanks, buddy.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye.